Talkin Thru Your Kick is proudly brought to you by Luxbet and puntersparadise.com.au. Hello there, welcome back to Talkin Thru Your Kick, our weekly program talking about life on the punt from a racing perspective. My name's Russell Barwick, and yes, we are back for the spring. 12 weeks in all, right through until the week after Melbourne Cup. What a wonderful 3 months we're going to have. A few changes, predominantly with one of the panel members because he's been out for the winter. Had a change of stable, but he's back due to popular demand. Neil Evans
I'm glad
from
you
our
threw
great
in
mates Luxbet.com, who are our major sponsor now, along with Punters Paradise.
Yep.
Thank you very much for being a part of the show.
Absolute pleasure to be here, Russ. Talking through your kick, that's what it's all about. The punters have been travelling okay lately. Spring is here, big horses are back, and I have had a change of stable, but it's been very busy, and we're looking forward to the spring. And let me tell you, I've looked at the bottom lines. Punters are going okay.
Punters are going okay.
Yes.
If you follow Neil, he is at Neil Evans Mail, and I can tell you he is trying to break the world record for tweeting on a Saturday between 6 and midnight.
We're going all
right. I
right.
don't know much whether there's red wine involved or white wine involved, but something's involved. You had a fat day on this.
It was a good day.
Fat
day. A good day. A few came along for the ride, but I'm a teetotaler.
Teetotaler? Please. Let's introduce the second member of our panel, as usual, from News Limited, one of Australia's leading racing journalists, and he actually wrote that himself. Brent Zarafa from the Daily Telegraph. G'day, Brent.
Thanks for that introduction, Russ. Good evening, everyone. But very good to be back. Survived the cut for the second season of Talking Through Your Kick, but it's just good. Spring is in the air, the sun's shining, and about time we've got some decent horses to talk about.
For those ladies who are worried about the arrival of Nick Quinn. Nick will be in later in the show. We've divvied the show up between Sydney and Melbourne, and due to popular demand from the female set, Nick will be back. And
is he popular with the birds, Nick?
Absolutely.
I've heard that. I've heard that a bit.
Have you seen some of those young ladies that tweet to him on the Twitter?
This is his time of the year. He's brought in a new suit.
Yeah.
We've flown him up to Sydney. He's got a brand new tie.
Good stuff.
Their hair needs work, but we'll get him a haircut before the end of the show.
Good stuff.
Wrap and slap time. As per usual, we start the show with a whack or a pat on the back. Go.
Pat on the back for me is a real money rider in Christian Reith. He got the big treble at Rose Hill, and what I like is he's one of those punters. He'll go to the wall. We know he's been suspended a few times. He's done it again, but new beginning, Sables, and then brought home Emotional Circus with a beautifully timed ride late in the day. He's just a money rider. He's a tough rider out there. He rides to win. He takes the knocks with the wins. Big treble, like Christian Reith.
Okay, we'll talk a bit about some of those wins later on. What about you, Brenty boy?
I'm going to give a rap to Stephen Farley and the effort he's done with Sincero, taking a horse to Melbourne, first up into the Memsey Stakes. He's didn't really come up last spring, but he had a long preparation through the Brisbane winter, had a short autumn, only the 3 runs. He's brought him back, targeting towards the Cox Plate this year. And while there's some big names around, I think this horse is going to be a genuine chance in these big weight for age races.
Okay, well, one of them will be, of course, Piero, who stunned us all on Saturday afternoon. The punters climbed in from about Wednesday at 4 o'clock, and they kept climbing in. Piero now the new Cox Plate favourite. He's the favourite for the Caulfield Guineas. Let's just take you back to Saturday afternoon. That's him outside the leader in the red and blue. The other horse you want to keep an eye on is All Too Hard. We'll talk about him in the green and blue and the yellow cap.
Ninth Legion coming down the outside. So this unbeaten record goes on the line again with Piero. He's in front as they draw to the 250. Your Song on the fence, then All Too Hard. Ninth Legion down the outside and Epilep. Now Nash sits down to ride him out. Piero, he gives him a crack with a whip. He's holding them safely at bay. What a great colt he is. He beat Your Song. Third's a 3-way go. All Too Hard, Epilep, and on the outside, Ninth Legion.
Well, he finished up starting at around about $1.65.
$1.55.
$1.55. That is just a huge go. 60 kilos. Gay said he was fat. Had a couple of whacks around the side, but that's impressive.
Super impressive. Interesting thing, Brent. $2.25 was the first price bet through the week. And when you see it jump like that, and the thing about this horse, just bulletproof. I'm sure Nash in a bigger field wanted to sit 4 pairs back and roll from the 600 or go to the top.
Well, what I really liked about this horse is you can see him there. He gets so low in his action. He has his ears pinned back. He really looks like he just wants to win. And Nash Rilla said the first couple of strides, he took a little bit of riding to get into his rhythm, but once he got into his rhythm from about the 800 to the half mile, it was all over.
It's no Golden Rose. No guys talking about the Bill Stat Stakes.
Well, it's a quite interesting program because she's saying that she wants to go from 1200 month break to the mile because she wants to have a run at Moonee Valley, back up a fortnight later into the Caulfield Guineas, and then go into the Cox Plate. It seems as though there's a little bit of a gap in between. They're going from the 1200 to the mile, but who can question Gay Waterhouse at the moment?
Probably prefer to go to the 3-year-old race first because even money absolutely hijacked the market. Never seen anything like it, but gets a look at the Valley. I think the worthy Cox Plate favourite for a 3-year-old.
Okay, let's have a look at that market there. $5 Piero, more joyous $6.50. All of a sudden, Gay, who has yet to taste victory in the Cox Plate, is starting to look like she's got a stranglehold on things.
Well, look, it just looks to me like a bulletproof. Don't worry about the mile and a quarter, Piero. When it gets there, it'll run that out big time.
Low weight, that's the thing.
Oh, and his breeding suggests that.
Indeed,
The dam side, look, he's by Lonro, but the dam side's very stout breeding.
Can I ask a question though? How, the bookies just getting it wrong with Piero. Are they just setting Piero up for a fall? He's won 7 races. I think he started odds on once. Am I right there?
Twice. Champagne Stakes and then first up there on Saturday.
Yeah, but you can't. I SP'd it, but you could have got $2.50. I mean, Champagne was $1.20, but I mean, he's been $5. He's been $6. He's been.
Well, he's been a blower sometimes too. When he's early in the prep, when he came back, looked a bit large in the yard.
Yeah, in the Silver Slipper Stakes, I think he started about $5. He drifted to about $5.50, and everyone wanted to knock him. And I think that showed the true class of this horse. That he may have been underdone, and he may have had a few things against him, but he was still able to come out and get the job done. And this preparation, 1,200 metres, is well short of his best distance. He's not screwed down, and for him to win like that, like he did on Saturday. This is a serious three.
Would you be going?
Sorry, go on.
Would you be going to? We'll show you the Golden Rose market.
Yep.
The Luxbet odds are there. Would you be going to the Golden Rose if you owned him? Jeez, I would be.
Well, I don't know. What do you reckon?
I think he would. It just seems a natural progression. You could go 2 weeks and then 2 weeks into the Bill Stud if you still wanted to have a look at Moonee Valley. 2 weeks to the Caulfield Guineas. That's only 4 runs. You could go 5th run into the Cox Plate. But one of the owner, Greg Kolovos, said on radio on Sunday morning in Sydney, saying that we've already made a big sacrifice with this horse as a 2-year-old. We elected not to go to the Magic Millions, which was worth $2 million, and it paid off in the long run by winning the Golden Rose. He said, we're happy to bypass a $1 million race if we can win the Caulfield Guineas and go into the Cox Plate.
He's worth 10, 20, 30 million now, and the other bloke will check about him in a second. But here's from our puntersparadise.com.au forum posts, and they're up and about right through and across until the spring. We've got something very special to talk about there as well. Is Piero as good as Sepoy at this stage? So
yes.
Flip of the coin, Sepoy had a blue diamond and won the Caulfield Guineas.
No, he didn't win it was Helmet won the Caulfield Guineas.
He didn't win the Caulfield Guineas, no.
They're 2 different horses for mine.
Yeah.
Like, one's a genuine 1,200 metre speedster, and Sepoy was brilliant in that he could go to the front with his natural speed, zip away from his rivals, and the race would be all over. Piero has a lot more dimension to him. He'll get to a mile, 2,000 metres, where we saw Sepoy 1,200.
It's the versatility, I think, and I talked about it before, could sit off him. The versatility potentially makes Piero much bigger. Okay,
and here's one of the tweets from you, Neil, during the weekend. Earlier today, punter at Luxbet had 155 big boys. Happy to take... what did he take there? $1.85 or something?
Oh, somewhere around there. Yeah.
140 of a tick over a minute. Now that all of a sudden we've got a new horse where punters just, we wait for them. We had the Black Caviars.
Junior Caviar.
We've got horses where punters are unleashing because they look to be bulletproof.
And then you can have confidence in these horses because one, he's a stallion prospect, so he's not going to come to the races underdone. He needs to keep improving on his record to make sure his future down the track looks very good. Trained by Gay Waterhouse, and all her horses get to the races in relatively great fitness.
Confidence factor, isn't it?
Nashra Willow there, the jockey on. And in a race that didn't look to be a lot of speed, he was always going to be somewhere close to dictating, and he's just a very good horse. But
you're right.
The money was amazing. I could imagine you see it from your end. I'm seeing it from our end. Emails coming through, from every bookmaker around Australia, 20,000 here, 50,000 there, 10,000
Which
there.
is Black Caviar like. And on the other side of the coin,
better price.
Where is this guy? All Too Hard. Before we went out for the autumn, was the $20 million colt, was the superstar. Now is, give us a number. What is All Too Hard worth now?
He's still got a lot of value.
What is he worth? Throw me a number.
Oh, mate, I'm not a bloodstock
He's not worth
agent.
10 million. He's not worth 5 million. I'd be saying
1 million.
He cost $1 million.
I'll tell you what, but I'm
He'd be
not
worth
sacking
more
the
than that.
horse.
He'd
I'm
be
not
worth-
sacking the horse in the Golden Race.
Is he
No
he
way.
all too hard Black Caviar's relation, or is he all too hard a Group 1 and a super stallion in the making?
I still think it's a little bit premature to judge him this spring so far. He's raced in an 1,100 metre slow
Agree.
tempo race, 1,200 metre race there, which he probably didn't run on as much of us would have expected. But this horse is probably bred to get to a mile and maybe even a little bit further. So I think we're a little bit harsh to judge him just at this stage. I'm not putting him in the same. I think Pierro's a much better horse than him, but I still think give him his credit and give him his chance to win something this spring. If he doesn't at the end of that, then you can put the pen through.
Okay.
He's a big field horse.
Time for a break here on Talking Through Your Kick. Don't forget your thoughts are welcome. Our email address is ttyk@tvn.com.au, or you can go to our website, which is puntersparadise.com.au, and you can tweet us as well. We're off to a break, and we'll come back and discuss plenty more here on Talking Through Your Kick.